Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 395 of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's a double O agent with me tonight?
It is I. Hello, Dominic, the agent under fire.
McClellan. Nate McClellan.
And Garcia. Tony Garcia.
Welcome back, you guys. And we are here to talk about a game that I never thought would be on the show. But here we are. 007 Agent, or James Bond 007 Agent Under Fire, developed by EA Redwood Shores, published by Electronic Arts, and came out in 2001 for PS2 and 2002 for GameCube and Xbox.
Notably, the same week as Halo on Xbox for the PS2.
I probably never even knew this game existed until like maybe a year later.
That's fair.
I'm just like, they still make James Bond games? So they're still trying? Okay, cool.
I remember that's kind of how I felt. So I'll start with my memories. So I had rented this game from a Blockbuster and played it a couple times, or maybe once. I didn't get very far. I didn't really care for it. It wasn't, because I had really just played Goldeneye and The World Is Not Enough, and this was neither of them. So I was like, I don't care. And I never touched this game again until last week. Nick.
I always saw this on the shelf at the rental store and the GameStop and all that. And then I saw on your schedule, Mike, that this was the one game in a long series of me appearing that I wasn't playing. And I'm like, fuck it, let's do it.
Neat.
Growing up, we were big, what the fan base calls Bond heads.
That's
Look it
new
up,
to me.
it's true. But we were a big family of Bond fans. So we had Goldeneye, The World Is Not Enough. And then when this came out, my brother immediately bought it. And we played it, multiplayer, single player, and we loved every second of it, Jerry.
Yeah.
And Tony.
Like I said, I probably didn't even know this existed until like a year after it came out, because I don't think I got my Xbox until like 2002, at least my first Xbox. And yeah, so I was just, catching up on whatever weird ass games I could get my hands on at Hollywood Video at the time. And yeah, so I just found it, and then I'm like, oh, cool, they're still making Bond games. I'm like, all right, because I never got to play Tomorrow Never Dies or the other ones that were on 64. And so I'm like, oh, this and I'm like, this game's not bad. And at the time, nowadays, got some mixed feelings. Yeah, but yeah,
It's a strange game.
it was a nice little surprise back then.
I always heard this and Night of Fire were just kind of like fine but mediocre. Kind of like a shrug.
Yeah. I have Nightfire, which is the sequel to this. Also.
But not made by the same people.
Oh,
Like,
did
when
not
you
know
say
that.
sequel, like, is it actually like follow up the story? Because I don't remember.
That's what the internet told me, but I also use about 1 second of research time to get this answer. So is it true? I don't know.
Because like all the Bond movies, or at least most of them before the Craig movies, they were all like, I think, supposed to be standalone, if I remember right.
I mean, it came out like the year later. So like having fire in both titles, you at least can assume they're similar, I guess.
True.
I don't remember
No
anything
idea.
about the story from Nightfire. So
Tell me about the story from Nightfire. Tell me anything.
Just not. I mean, nobody.
well, there's a weapon called the Nightfire. And you're not going to believe this, but a rich billionaire boy wants to rule the world with it.
Okay, I'm looking here, and it seems like Zoe Nightshade comes back in Nightfire. So technically, yes, it is a sequel.
I thought she died in this.
Speaking of her,
It was clones, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
You were
Yeah,
going to say, Tony?
Speaking of Zoe Nightshade, I believe her face model was Inez. I can't remember her last name, but she was the face model for Jill Valentine in the original Resident Evil.
Hey, the fun fact that we know because of your RE group.
Yeah.
There are plenty of fun facts about this
I-
game.
yeah.
I'd like to hear them.
I have some fun facts.
The one I remember that also stood out to me, because I read like the whole thing, well, not the whole thing, but at least a good chunk of it on IMDb, where apparently Roger Moore was going to like loan his likeness to this game and do the voice, but I guess like something fell through at the last minute, so that didn't happen.
I think he had recorded lines, and then they had to go and redo them with the new guy.
I wonder if it was like
Is
someone
what I
just
had
we don't want to pay him.
There's probably something where they're like, no, let's get Brosnan, not Brosnan, in there instead. Let's not
I think
make him
this
be-
Bond looks like a weird mix between young Connery, Brosnan, and Roger Moore, and he sounds like Roger Moore.
He sounds like a guy.
Yeah, he has like no discernible accent. But this game was also being developed as a PC port of The World Is Not Enough.
Yes.
Ooh.
And PS2
Weird.
version.
Yes.
So
Oh wait, I
imagine
take it back. I did play The World Is Not Enough on the 64, and I just remember it being like it just seems like it's a Bond game trying to be like Perfect Dark.
It was.
It was so good though.
Yeah, it was actually pretty decent.
It's been on my
It was
list to
only
do
good.
for the show for a very long time.
I only preferred it over Goldeneye because you could actually see the weapons being reloaded. And
Yeah, that
I
was
was
kinda
like,
cool.
games aren't going to get any better than this. They could try.
Nate was wrong.
Yeah, because like it was like such bullcrap in Goldeneye just to like see the like if you have a shotgun that's empty and he's like just lowers it for like half a second, goes back up and it's fully reloaded.
Yeah, it was every gun in Goldeneye. It was like, no.
Yeah.
And then they figured out the technology. And then in this game, there's some guns that he doesn't reload. Or like on the screen, he puts it down by his side and then it comes back up reloaded. And I was like,
you know.
oh man.
id Tech, right?
Yeah, I did write the developers. I said, listen, the developers of The World Is Not Enough on the Nintendo 64 figured out how to do it in a cave with a box of scraps. This is the power of the PlayStation 2. We sent a rocket to the moon.
But I want you all to imagine two diverging paths, right? You put GoldenEye in this game in the same box, where GoldenEye, was worked on for several years. It was supposed to be a Super Nintendo game at first, and they put it to the 64. Supposed to be a rail shooter. They made it its own first-person thing, and they kept the movie license, even though it came out like 2 years later. They really believed in it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have
I
this
remember
game.
seeing like the early screenshots of it, but right before the 64 came out, and like because I think it was supposed to be a launch title or at least a launch window title. And yeah, like just the early screenshots of it just like looked pretty rough compared to what we got. Then,
but then you have
and it
this
looks
game,
rough.
which largely has the same story, was made for the previous generation, put on the PS2. They did not keep the movie license. They did not keep the original story. They did their own thing and said, fuck it, let's make something else. Now imagine if
Don't mind
GoldenEye
that.
had done that instead. We would not have had GoldenEye.
We wouldn't have had one of the best games ever made. So
Perfect Dark.
yeah, I mean, yes, but
I said
GoldenEye
it.
is still amazing too. Perfect Dark's better.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, for sure. But
So it's kind of fun what if of like, hey, GoldenEye could have been this.
yeah, I mean, I said the same. I'm pretty sure I said the same thing or something similar when I first played Time Splitters 2, which I think came out about the same time or somewhere in that area.
I think, yeah.
And because it was like because they was made by I think like former Rare employees.
Yes.
And I just remember playing like 2 and 3. I played, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is very GoldenEye-ish.
I have never yet.
Time Splitters 1 feels like a weird Perfect Dark mod.
Okay.
I couldn't get into 1 just because like it was weird, but 2 and 3 ended up being pretty good.
Someday.
And yeah, we'll talk more about that if we ever do those because I think I have those
We
on
will
PS
someday.
because they all got re-released on PS5 and Xbox and whatever. So
Fun fact. We can go ahead if you want. Say this is the team. This is Visceral Games. They made Dead Space later on.
I saw.
ooh,
They made Return of the King
Oh, two very good games.
and The Godfather.
I remember
Two
liking
very
that game,
good
The Godfather.
games.
When they were making this, they were busy making golf, Tiger Woods PGA Tour, and racing
Sometimes
games.
you just gotta pay the bills,
It's an EA studio. They'll do whatever EA tells them to do.
Yeah,
I don't have a choice.
they do. That choice is make this game or get shut down.
We want a Road Rash game in 2000. Okay, Redwood Shores, you make it.
Well, don't forget, if it's EA or Microsoft at this point, like, make this game or we'll shut you down, or we'll shut you down anyway, even if the game does good. We don't know what we're doing.
Visceral shut down in 2017.
Yes.
Or when I-
Battlefield Hardline.
Famously, this does not feature EA. It's in the game. Oh, that might be EA Sports, though. But it also does not feature EA Challenge Everything when the game starts.
Yeah, it does. I think.
It does? I don't remember
I just
hearing
booted.
it.
Okay, maybe it doesn't do the one where it says like EA Games Challenge Everything. Maybe it doesn't actually do that, but I think it has like the splash screen.
Oh, yeah, it's got the
Well,
splash screen. But I was
if
waiting
you
for
have
the little
it-
girl to whisper Challenge Everything
He did not get what he wanted.
for some nostalgia.
There's a Quidditch game I'm sure you can play that has it.
I'm good.
I heard that game was good. I mean, so this is a first-person shooter, but this is a weird artifact because it doesn't have. It has two joysticks, but it is not how shooters are now.
Oh,
No.
I
dear
can't.
Lord, no.
I cannot tell you how many times I would fall off something trying to look with the right stick, and I would strafe. And I was like, "Oh no!"
When I first encountered that, I'm like, oh, please let me be able to change this, because if it wasn't gonna like let me change the left stick from being look or move forward and back and look left and right, like if it wasn't gonna let me change that, I almost got on like Messenger and be like, guys, I can't do this.
But this is history.
I
This is
can't do
what
this
this was
episode.
like.
I want out.
Something came up.
Nothing was like this except for that one Alien game on PlayStation, and people hated dual analog back then.
It's so weird
Wasn't there
though,
a-
to think about that.
Wasn't there a game review that notably said or that's like one of the bad things about that Alien game is like because of this dual stick control scheme, whatever, it's just bullshit or whatever.
Yeah, they call it horrific or something like that.
A little did they know.
And again, this came out the same week as Halo, so the feature was there. It just was not literally there for this game to benefit.
Did Halo have
Funnily enough,
dual
It
analog?
still does.
The original?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't
Funnily
remember
enough,
anything about the 2001 Halo.
funnily enough, I just bought the Halo campaign evolved yesterday or the day before or something. I don't know what day it is right now. We're sitting here talking about this game, and I have the game still trying to install on my PS5 right now. That's another weird thing. Just seeing a Halo game on a PS5. That's another conversation.
No one thought it would happen, but here we are. The future is now.
I would like
Even-
to say, because I told a friend of the show, Blake, this today, because he also bought Halo Campaign Evolved. And when Halo came out, I told my group of friends who were all playing Halo that I too played Halo, but on my PlayStation 2, because my dad knew a developer, and he gave me a canceled copy of the PlayStation 2 version. And they all rightfully called me on my bullshit, but I was like firm, and I said, it exists. And then one friend...
I've seen video of it, yeah.
Halo would never be on a PlayStation console because the PlayStation consoles can't handle it. And look where we are now, Jake.
Or hell, even when I called
that friend, or you would have probably sent them a picture and be like, see, I was right.
If I could definitively remember his last name, I would Facebook him and be like, who's a liar now? Still me, but Halo's on PS5.
It was even weird yesterday when I called up GameStop to be like, hey, and I said the phrase, do you guys have Halo on PS5? And that's a legit question now. Whereas like three years ago, that would have just been like some dumb joke or whatever.
Like a grandma calling.
I'm just glad we got physical games long enough for it to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. So this game isn't out on anything anymore, correct? Like this never got re-released, I'm assuming?
No. It's not even on PC.
I'm assuming licensing.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go hunt this down at a record store when I got signed up for this episode, and
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it was like $9
Yeah.
That's a good price for it.
for the original Xbox. And yeah, no, that's a decent price.
Yeah, my PS2
Honestly,
copy was similar.
I've seen PS2 copies float around for like about $12 at game stores here. So yeah.
I paid
come to think of
$0 for my ROM.
Yeah.
and I
No,
retired
Mike,
it.
you found it at that record store. We both went.
Okay.
You found it at Bandages.
It's interesting.
I mean, to be fair, I actually don't own this game. Because back when these came out, I was done with Bond because I was all like, well, if it's not Goldeneye, I don't want to play no stinking Bond game, only Goldeneye. And
Really?
I kept that. I did play World's Not Enough, but I never played Tomorrow Never Dies. I never played any of the other Bond games that came out. Even for PS2, I didn't play Everything or Nothing or From Russia with Love till this podcast. And I like Bond. I like Bond a lot. Those are weird. This was a game that I just kind of skipped, and going back and playing this, this feels like a Bond movie. It could have been a Bond movie, is what it feels like. I mean, not that great of stories, clones and everything, but it's fine. It's not a bad story.
Actually, here's a great question. Would this movie, if it was made into a movie, be better or worse than Die Another Day?
Better. You can't be worse than that bullshit.
Yeah. Well, wasn't
Probably.
because Die Another Day and Nightfire I think came out about the same time.
Yeah.
I remember there was
Another day.
And I think there was like a sort of a tie-in in the game to Die Another Day, I think, if I remember right. I could be wrong.
I don't think you're
Madonna
right.
just say Nightfire?
Because there's Nightfire, and then they do Everything or Nothing. And then the first movie game was From Russia with Love in a while, because they were staying away from the movies.
I will defend Die Another Day.
How?
Have fun. Do that.
It is a fun James Bond movie that has a lot of fun callbacks to past James Bond stuff. Like,
I don't
as
know,
a
I just found it-
celebration of the franchise, I think it's a decent James Bond movie.
I just thought Holly Berry was pretty annoying in that movie. They like hyped her up way too much.
I also like the
That's
guy
me
with
too.
diamonds in his face.
Mhm.
I think it's bad. It's not the worst James Bond movie. That one is Never Say Never.
That's not a
No.
yes,
I don't think-
but that's
I think
not
that
a.
might be the worst.
That shouldn't count.
That one doesn't really count because it's not made by Broccoli and whatever the other guy's name is. I know it's not Broccoli.
I haven't-
That's what I would call him.
I haven't seen all the Bond movies yet, but yeah, like
I have
I have.
and
last
so
year.
it's like
or no, this year on Netflix.
Yeah,
I watched everything before they took them off the air.
Did you watch the
I
Casino
saw your
Royale old
I
one?
saw your post as you went through them all, and I'm like, damn boy,
It was fun. That was a fun
Yeah.
trip down memory lane.
I wanna-
A lot of them.
I do want to see them all at some point.
Some of them are pretty good. Some
Right.
of them I would say still hold up as someone who does not particularly care but was interested to just see them all.
So I
Yeah,
do
like,
want to
I
say
never-
about this game. Besides the controls being a little
Octopus.
weird,
See?
I thought this was actually a really good little game.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
Like-
it. I also beat it in a day.
It did fine. And it got
I
I
also
probably
had
could
the
have
job
if I committed to
Well, that's
it.
always nice too.
Like the save states definitely would have helped me just because like I actually didn't get to or I didn't remember or no I was cruelly reminded that oh yeah you have lives in this game like when I got stuck in the helicopter fight part after you beat what's her face or make her fall into the pit.
Yeah.
I forgot
Jackal
the game
or
had
whatever.
lives.
Yeah, they get like 2 lives or 3 lives or something, and after that just boots you back to the menu. I'm like,
You
nope.
know, it's bullshit.
Okay, those
Yeah,
game levels
but-
are a little bit of bullshit, but they were cool.
But it's just
Why
I
does my
got
car have
distracted
lives?
because I loaned, but I loaned First Light to a friend of mine at work because I was busy with other things, and so he really wanted to play it. So when he gave that back to me, I'm like, oh, I want to play this. So I got distracted with that. But then I went back to this after beating First Light, and I'm like, okay, this is like more lighthearted and fun, whereas First Light's like a more serious, like actual Bond-like game. And which I hope that's a phrase that becomes a thing or new slang term or whatever, Bond-like. But yeah, coming back to this after playing that, I'm like, yeah, okay, this is just it almost made this game feel like an arcade game, sort of, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
But I will give it that this game's driving segments were better than First Light's. I'll say that much.
Don't know if that's a compliment or a insult. I mean, they weren't terrible. They were fine. I mean, I enjoyed them. I mean, it was just kind of nice to have a game with, like they, in my opinion, this game did a decent job of making you feel like Bond. They had stealth
I'm from the
levels.
lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lives are stupid, but that was the era, I want to say, right? It's just, they were stuck in the past.
Well, because like also Halo at the time, they didn't have lives. You just like were started at the checkpoint or whatever.
Yeah, but
you can do that as many times as you want until you turn off the console.
Revolutionary game.
Yeah, true.
For the time. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but yeah, I mean, that was people having the freedom to really make good decisions. And somehow when you have EA in the mix, I don't think freedom and making good decisions are things that they hear.
It took me
Because I don't trust.
It took me like half a dozen tries to time that jump right.
Oh,
For the car? We got to jump over the gap? I had save states, so I just kept trying
What?
again and again
Oh.
and again until I got it right.
are you talking about the part where you have to like jump the car into the factory to meet up with R?
Yeah, you have to jump over the bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that first go.
It took me like half a dozen tries. I had to look up a guide to figure out when to
But-
press the button.
Or no, you know what? I take that back because I barely passed it on the first shot because I used the boost and I'm soaring through the air but then I'm in the game or in game I'm like starting to descend like towards the water or whatever or the abyss. But then like I guess I got to the cutscene point, so then like it just changed to the cutscene where all of a sudden my car clears the jump no problem and I just dive right into the building.
Hey, at least you made it.
Yeah.
It took me a
I'll
few
take
shots
it.
to understand.
It's
I
just
didn't
way
understand. But it was
specific
still cool.
for a moment.
I just like it that it exists. Like I've always had a soft spot for games when they have stuff like this. It's something that just makes me happy.
Sure.
And when you
It's
have
definitely
different
a
sections,
Bond
like you
moment.
yeah. Well, you have all the 007 moments in this game too, which are kind of cool. Yeah, that will live in my head forever.
See, I don't remember them.
you hear
being
that
in
theme
this
song a lot.
game.
Because yeah,
Like,
this
it
game
was like
didn't
when
have
you
any
found, like,
original.
alternate entrances and stuff. It would be
Oh yeah, no, I definitely experienced them, but like my memory was always like that started in Everything or Nothing.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
Fair.
So when it popped up, I went, "Whoa!"
Revolutionary for 2001.
I said it's a Mandela effect.
I mean, to be fair, I did not remember it was in this game either. And I thought, because I know it's an everything or nothing. So
Yeah.
I was probably in the same boat as you, Nate, that I didn't really think about it, but I'm sure my brain would have been the same way. Like, oh yeah, I thought they started a different game.
Yeah. But I
I
mean,
wonder.
they're cool because, like, that's, I don't know. When I found, like, alternate entrances or if I took a picture of, like, a castle or something and the game was like 007 moment, I was like, hell yeah, I am.
But it's fun, and it gives the game some, I think of the right word here I want to use, is some type of, like, to make it feel unique, to make it feel a Bond thing. Even something so simple as just having the music and, calling it a Bond moment, it's enough.
I kind of
Like, you do
wonder,
feel like you're Bond.
because some levels have more prominent Bond moments than others, and some of them just have like the alternate routes and stuff. Were they trying at some point to do like multiple objectives per level,
Probably.
I wonder.
like Goldeneye, and then they
Because,
just
like,
kind of ran out
I
of
mean,
time?
That would make
GoldenEye and World Is Not Enough had more objectives the harder the difficulty you selected.
Right.
This game doesn't?
I don't think so. I think
No,
it's
I don't
just
think it does.
I don't know. I never bothered to try playing on anything higher than operative.
I messed around a little bit.
Me
I did not see
either.
anything else.
Okay, I would have thought it would have, but maybe it was a time constraint thing too, where they're like, EA's like, you need to get this out now. We don't give a shit.
Maybe
They
it's
gave you
just
the money
higher
to
the difficulty,
redo
the
it,
more
so just get
damage
it
you
out.
take.
Yeah. Plus, anytime a game is getting redone, I mean, you're going to run into stuff like that where they're just like, we need to get this out, and we need to get this out now.
Right.
So it's very possible it's one of those type of incidents.
It's more cinematic. They can put on the box.
Yeah, I thought maybe it had other objectives, because sometimes it just seemed like there was more stuff to do than what I needed to, but I was playing this on the easiest difficulty, but I guess
Right.
that doesn't matter.
I assumed the same thing, and then I looked around and everything, and nothing at all mentions it happening anywhere.
Interesting.
One thing I will say is I did like this version of R, even though I still would have liked to have had John Cleese do the voice or had get his likeness. Because apparently they got his likeness and voice in that 007 racing game on PS1.
Is that also EA?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because EA got the Bond license, and that's when they did Tomorrow Never Dies, right?
I don't know, because I stopped paying attention. They did World Is Not Enough, so they probably did Tomorrow Never Dies too. I really only paid attention to Goldeneye, and then after that, I just didn't care for a long time.
Yeah, Goldeneye the movie was the first Bond movie I ever saw back then. So my friend dragged me along
Of course.
at the time.
That was very...
And then when the game
It
came,
is.
when the game came out, then like, okay, I'm getting into this James Bond guy. Like, oh, he's had like 15 other movies at this point. Like, okay, I'll slowly try to get into him. But yeah, and then like when tomorrow, then we were both like disappointed. Like, oh, the next new Bond game's coming out. Oh, it's only gonna be on PlayStation. We don't have PlayStation. Damn it! Like fucking PlayStation, whatever.
That's kind of how I felt too when it first came out, is that I just wasn't as interested in it because I had a PS1, but it wasn't GoldenEye and it wasn't on the 64, so I'd had less of an interest too. So that did play a part. So I can see that.
But
I
yeah,
can
when
see
The
that
World
being
Is Not
a thing.
Enough came out,
Okay.
when the movie came out and the game, I'm like, okay, I'll take interest in that because it is on 64, and like, oh, okay, it's kind of cool. Like, kind of like trying to copy Perfect Dark a little bit, but it's still like, oh wow, there's like voice acting too. Oh crap! And at the time, I'm pretty sure I thought it was like Pierce Brosnan and Judi Dench and whoever else was in the movie doing the voices. And then when I played it again recently, like, oh no, these are just shitty sound-alikes. But well, speaking of the voice actors, though, I thought whoever's doing M's voice in this game was like pretty good. Judi Dench in person,
It was pretty close. Yeah.
at least to me.
I didn't even notice. I tried to play this game mute, but you can't because there's no subtitles.
Nah, oh, yeah. I realized
I
that.
was a little upset, but it's the era.
This was the style of the time.
Subtitles weren't as like normal as they were later on. I mean, I'm just one of those guys that always have subtitles in everything I do. It's just how I play my games and watch my TV. So when you
Not
take
me,
that away from me, I'm
because
upset.
I can't read them.
Fair.
I just turn up the volume.
I don't know. It's just how I play games or everything. I just like to. I like to read. I like to read it. I should say.
I do.
But the fact that this game had all those different levels, I thought worked well.
But like speaking of subtitles, I do like how in newer games nowadays, when they let you adjust the size in pretty good detail, and then when they let you include the speaker name, so that's how I learned everybody's names a bit better and stuff.
Oh,
And
nice.
so that was in First Light, and like something else I played recently. There's a lot of characters I needed to know their names, but I don't. But yeah,
This game had a weird story because it deals with clones, and anytime you start dealing with clones, things get weird.
Yeah, because I was like, when you mentioned...
You kill the final villain, but then he doesn't die. I thought the racing levels were a nice difference. Like, I know we mentioned that. I mean, there was some stealth. Like, you can even put your silencer on in there, which I thought was nice. You don't need it. It didn't seem to really matter, but you could do it. It was cool that it was there.
Oh, well,
and we also have... Which we haven't mentioned yet, we also have railgun levels, which you have to have in a shooter, especially the 360 era. Everything got a on-rail shooter part.
That tank level was kind of difficult.
Yeah, that was.
I liked it, just because it was a kind of like a nice little break from the back-to-back boss fights I just had to put up with, the helicopter and what's-her-face. And so then just like,
I
get to just tear shit up. I was kind of dreading, like, oh man, am I going to have to control this tank too? And then, like, oh no, it's doing it itself. All right, cool. Bring it on.
Yeah, I also had that sigh of relief of just like, oh, thank God, I don't have to drive and shoot.
Is this where Nathan Drake got it?
All right, let's go.
I mean, it's just, that was a thing in shooters for a long time. I mean, it definitely is now. You see it all the time. Where every third-person shooter, they always have to work in a turret setting. At least this doesn't have turret, just has on rails, which is fine.
I mean, I get it. You want to break up the action a little bit.
Yeah, I thought this game did a good job of doing it, though. Like, having all the different missions, I thought was nice. And like, he would even tell you before the mission starts, oh, this is a first-person level mission. Oh, this is a... You know, it would tell you what's coming. I like that.
Thankfully, it would also show you the controls.
Yeah. Then when you're... Which is pretty intimidating looking, or at least for me, because I was playing on I'm playing on an original Xbox, and I have the Duke controller, and just like there's just all these different things to read. Like, okay, this does this button does that. Like, okay, this is reload. Then this is your to use your gadget. This is the shoot, and this is the aim, which are all janky as all hell. Like, oh, there's a jump button. We didn't have jump buttons in GoldenEye.
Yeah. And you could crouch too, and there was a couple parts where you had to crouch and do stuff like that. So yeah,
and there were
also
cool
the gadgets were nice too.
Yeah, cool gadgets like the one that help you see through walls and shit.
Yeah, I did appreciate all that they had in this game.
Which one was that? I don't think I used that.
It was in level when you were in the embassy. You had to find like the safe room and all that stuff.
Oh, right. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, never mind. I forgot about that.
And of course, they had to throw in a meet cute scene as well.
What kind of scene?
A meet cute, a sex scene, you know.
Oh, yeah, they did have... There's that one, you're right, where she's in the room, and then you come in with a shower. Yep, I forgot about that dumb scene. So
Is this what Gen Alpha's upset about when they have sex scenes and things?
Speaking of shower scenes, that fake out in a later level where Bond enters the room and the shower's going, and it's like panning up a pair of sexy legs, and then it's just R.
That was funny.
Damn it, game.
That made me laugh, too.
I'm sure that was like a whole week of the development work was pitching that and getting that in the game.
Worth it.
I mean, it is a moment. It is something totally out of the movie too.
Yeah.
Q or R inventing a holographic shower projection thing. I'm surprised it already hasn't happened. It has. Well, maybe it did, and I just haven't seen it yet. But
I don't think so, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe in the next one.
Are we getting a Bond movie right now still?
Amazon's busy casting it.
Well,
I thought they were doing a
actually make
series.
it, though?
Who can say? They're gonna do whatever they can do at some point, sometime.
I mean, I don't mind. It's been a little bit since a Bond movie, so I never mind. I always enjoy them, and like I just enjoy Bond in general. And this game reminded me how much I enjoy just Bond.
I will say, having Bond be the way that it's been has really made me appreciate people that are very strict with their IP. Like, that's the fear of Amazon having it, right? Is that we'll have like 10 James Bond series and like 5 different movies, and we'll just be like, fuck it, do whatever you want. So I don't know.
That doesn't bother me personally, because I'm just happy to get more of a character I really like.
I just hope we're getting more games. I know there was like some kind of hoopla with whatever the studio is that did First Light. I think Amazon took. Yeah, I couldn't space on the name. I remember I heard some blurb where like Amazon, I think, took away the license or something from them.
Well, they own it, so they were like, "Yeah, we'll see who's gonna get to it and all that." Like they were very cagey about letting IO just do it.
Even though First Light did pretty good from what I've heard, and they already have a roadmap for it, like what's coming out next in terms of like updates and DLC and whatever.
Well, their excuse was that was not a deal that was inked by them, so they want to have their shot now at the pie, like for realsies.
Like, fine, just more Bond games, please, as long as they're good.
Well, that's the caveat, right? As long as they're good.
I'm just happy to get more Bond games, to be honest. Like this, this was good enough for me, especially at the time. Had I actually played it, I would have thought that way. You know, sometimes it's just nice to have like a 6-7 hour game. Like I beat this in one day, and I was just so happy with that.
Yeah.
No, those are always a good time.
That's all I needed.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Again, I can't even. I'm pretty sure I have open world fatigue, and like I still feel. In all honesty, I still feel kind of mentally exhausted from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And now it's 2024, and
Like,
so I'm dreading whatever's coming up next.
You know, that's balance, right? Like I love my RPGs, but having this thrown in the mix was like a godsend.
Oh yeah. I don't mind those quick. Sometimes I just need like a little gaming snack or whatever.
Yeah,
and that's a good way to put that, because that's kind of how it felt. It was just a fun shooter. It had cool moments. I mean, all the gadgets. The game gave you excuses and reasons to use them. Like they work in the laser quite often. Like they find ways to use almost everything more than once.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all that you need. I had a good time. Like this was a fun shooter. And like I actually am debating to play Nightfire on the show end of this year or next year. Like I had no plan to play either of these games. I just randomly was like, I need something short. I never did play that.
I did play it recently, but I didn't have this mindset for it. I just remember just being kind of annoyed with it because I think both the controls for this and Nightfire probably annoyed me at the time. And so yeah, I'll definitely revisit that. I'll go hunt that game down for this show.
And Nate, as a guy who's done most of the Bond games on the show that I've done, I mean, the other ones are third-person shooter, but did you have more fun with the other two, like Everything or Nothing?
I don't know.
Okay. Sorry to put you on the spot there. I was just wondering,
they're both really good games in their own way. I think I just prefer Everything or Nothing because it feels more like a Bond story. Whereas this one, I'm just playing for the gameplay. I wasn't paying attention in the cutscenes, or like really following this. Like you said, there's clones, and I'm like, there's clones? So, but Everything or Nothing, I'm like, yeah, Willem Dafoe is in that game, and he's the big bad.
They brought Jaws back.
And they brought Jaws back, yeah. And the game does a really good job of just like mixing in the melee combat that Bond would sometimes do, with the gunplay. Whereas this was just kind of like it did.
That's what I was going to point out earlier. Well, that's what I was going to point out earlier. Is it didn't have a designated button. You had to like cycle through your weapons to get to the fist.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it was called in the game, and so I never used it.
But that's how it used to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt.
In 2001, that wouldn't have bothered us. That would have been like normal gaming. But now that we're looking at this in 2026, we're like, what the hell are you doing, game?
Because I think it was, again, to bring up this game again, I think Halo started that. They had the designated melee button, or at least in my experience, that's like the first game I recall.
Halo was so freaking revolutionary. I mean, it's one of the first games with you can only hold two guns, bitch, where it became such a big thing later on. Like,
I think I literally, like, just before playing Halo, I think I did just play like Doom 2 or something on someone's computer. Just before that, I'm like, yeah, like, and I never even like crossed my mind, like, how am I holding like these 20 chunky guns in my back pocket or whatever? And the next thing you know, Halo comes along, like, nah, dude, we're gonna be realistic. You can only hold two.
I mean, that becomes a thing going forward. I mean, I like games like this where you can hold a bunch of weapons and switch around to them, and Perfect Dark, but I mean, I do appreciate Halo, and I do appreciate what comes out of Halo.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think that kind of goes back to a more PC-oriented design, right? Where you could just press a number button and you get a different gun.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like, we're going to hold two guns because that's just easier to switch between. Having 7 guns and flipping between all of them takes time. And if you get hurt in the middle of it, you feel kind of fucked.
I mean, for playing this game with save states, I really didn't run into anything that I would consider too challenging for me. I mean, I was cheating, so there is always that.
I had some challenges for sure.
Yeah, see, I was playing it the way God intended.
Yeah.
The level on the boat, I died a lot there.
I don't even remember what you're talking about.
You're chasing Block through the ship, and you have to go in with the jetpack.
Oh,
great!
You mentioned the elephant in the room.
What?
Man, that jetpack.
Oh, the jetpack.
Such a letdown.
I forgot I had it in that level until it was like, oh yeah,
it had it.
Well, no, when you start off the level, when you get the jetpack, apparently Bond used all his fuel in the cutscene or the opening cutscene to get down because it's empty. You have to like go find one of the refueling stations that this little that this whatever structure just happened to have.
And they have them
But
everywhere.
when you fill it up, you get like one Mario jump, and that's it. Then you got to go refill it up again.
It is one of the worst jetpacks in any game that I have played with a jetpack. Like, it is so fucking stupid.
I mean, that opening cutscene is very misleading because it makes it seem like, oh, you can like hover and float with this thing. No, you can't.
You can't do shit with this thing.
You can do an NBA Jam dunk or one NBA Jam dunk, and that's it.
You can get to a optional objective, and you can use it at one crucial point in the level, or maybe two. But like otherwise, it's not even that useful.
No, it's not very good, and it's surprisingly bad. Like, it's like, why is this even in here if you're not going to make it fun?
Worst jetpack ever.
Did you
But you're
know?
right. I mean, I played Shadows of the Empire. I know how a jetpack can be in a game, and it's like,
Even that was somewhat fun.
that is fun. I like that jetpack. I also like that game. I do not like this jetpack. I do like this game though. I did actually have a decent time playing through this, and the fact that I was able to beat it in one day, I didn't expect to. I just couldn't put it down either.
No,
That's a lot of fun.
good. No, it's good. I mean,
Like
I don't play a
the-
lot of shooters.
so good at games like
The length of this game, though, like back as someone who played it at launch, was like, okay, cool, I beat it. Now I'm gonna go like perfect my time through the mission. I'm gonna go for like all the gold medals to unlock cheats.
Before achievements, even.
Yeah,
I forgot this game had unlockable cheats and stuff. Like, I had a golden gun for a long period of time, and I'm like,
Same here. That's the only one I've unlocked.
pretty sure I'm the same.
Mhm.
I was like, all right, I have a golden gun. That's nice.
It doesn't work like an actual golden gun. Still gotta you still gotta put like 15 bullets in one dude.
Yeah, there was a lot of that, but video games, fine.
Mhm.
I didn't mind, like, I didn't have really a problem with the enemies. I didn't feel like anything was too hard in this game for the way I played it. I mean, I did cheat, so. But, like, the enemies didn't feel like they were invincible, or I didn't feel like I really even had to save state a lot, other than, like, some of the scenes with the cars where I had to be a little bit more, mainly just that jump that we were talking about earlier.
Mm.
There weren't a lot of incidents where I had to be really careful.
Yeah, no, it can be pretty exacting when it wants to, but otherwise it's kind of like, yeah, just go and have fun. Shoot a tank.
Yeah, you can shoot a lot of helicopters, too, that's for sure.
Unload a railgun into a helicopter and then go to another one and do the same thing again.
Otherwise, it won't go down, because that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, I forget which one of you warned about how the crash could also kill you. The helicopter could potentially kill you. I made sure when I went to go play it again, I made sure to just like stay on the other end of the building whenever I figured out where the helicopter is going to be falling from. I'm just like, nope. I'm not going to let you take me out in the one last swipe, just like certain Dark Souls bosses or whatever.
It will. I didn't get hit by it, but I saw it crash, and I saw the fire. I'm like, I bet that hurt you.
Mhm.
And then I saw when you guys posted, I'm like, oh, glad I didn't go near it. There's a few, like, we were talking about the on-rails levels. There's some where you're in the back of a car and you're shooting other cars. I think that's like the second mission. Again, fun.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Because I'm like the only light rail level that registered with me was the tank.
There's
But I
also
totally
the
forgot
one in
that.
the minecart near the end of the game, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, you didn't finish it for the show?
No, because when I went to go play it yesterday, a friend of mine that I haven't talked to in like several months called me, and we ended up like talking for like 2 hours. And then
That's good.
Here I am
You didn't miss
today.
anything.
But no, I actually still want to go finish it.
You should.
Even though,
I mean,
You
this is
should.
you should definitely
I
just
probably
beat this
finished it-
game to beat it.
I probably
'cause
finished it back then, and then that was it. Like one time.
playing it once every
And I don't
20
think I ever
years,
beat Nightfire.
that's enough. I mean, this isn't a game you need to experience, all the time, but it's a fun thing to run through and have a decent time with it. It's just a decent short first-person shooter. I mean, sometimes that's all
Actually,
you need.
now that
You
I
just
think
need something fun.
Now that I think about it, I think this is the only of this era Bond games that I beat. So I don't think I ever beat Nightfire, Everything or Nothing. Oh no, I take it back. I beat From Russia with Love. But yeah, those two.
That's
So
a really
this
good game.
and From Russia with Love are the only two I beat.
I mean, also we got to think about this is one of the few Bond games like that and we talked about a little bit more, that didn't have an actor of Bond, that it had an original actor for Bond, which is kind of cool. They did that. I mean, they didn't do it again until Skylight, but that's not a Bond actor.
First Light?
First Light, sorry. Yes, whatever that
Yeah,
game is
he's a
called that just
new
came
guy.
out that I'll
Yeah.
play in 10 years.
I
I mean, I am interested in that game. I won't touch it for years, but I was like, oh, this looks cool.
was like, this feels like a very quintessential games my mom found type game. Like, I could see my mom picking this up and be like, you'll like Bond, right?
Same. My mother, if she would have saw this cheap, she probably would have bought it for me.
Yeah.
I bought all my own games, really, not in the beginning of the PS2 era, but I told her what I wanted. It wasn't really like any surprises. Like Super Nintendo, she surprised me more when I was a kid, like would pick me up something that she thought I would like. But
Man,
the first game she ever bought me was Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and she felt bad. And that game,
I can't even think what the last video game was that my mom bought for me, and that I probably most likely begged her for. Well, I was probably single digit age when that happened. Again, my mom hated the fact that I like video games because my dad got me into games, and so that's sort of like ruined my mom's life. Whenever I'd go visit him because they were divorced at an early age, and so I'd come back like I want this game, I want this game. I'm like, my mom's like, shut up, do your homework.
I was lucky. My mother bought me a lot of games, and I was lucky.
My dad got really good at like figuring out what games I would like. And he barely ever played anything, but he just kind of knew what I like Animal Crossing. He knew I would like that.
Right.
Ace Attorney, he called it.
Oh, that is cool because you love that series.
Oh, absolutely.
I need to play more. So I know we talked about the driving off and on, but like I felt the driving levels were decent. I mean, they're kind of a little open world ish, and I'm gonna say ish. But like they're larger maps that you kind of drive around in and have like a goal. I like.
They really want you to go through the entire level.
I inadvertently did just because I struggled to see the little blips on the radar, and so I'm like, and I had to just wait until until they actually pop up on the screen with the bright text, like, oh, there's the item I need. But like, the radar, forget about it. But no, I still had fun though.
That's fair.
Although I actually get the Q Slick to work.
Barely.
I never tried it.
Yeah, I could not get the Q Slick to work either. It felt more useful in 007 racing than
because I don't think I don't think there was a button to like look behind you, like to turn the camera behind you, like briefly. I don't think there was a button for that in the driving sections.
How can you not have that?
There was either.
How can you not have that?
Very easily.
Okay. Apparently, yes.
Maybe there was.
I didn't notice
everything but the wrong button.
This game is really not in my memory. Like I had to I'm putting on a YouTube video, which I didn't do soon enough because I was like, I don't remember this game. Like I had a decent time. Like I remember my feelings, but did not remember this game. Did you never fight the twins, right? That you see in one scene?
Which twins?
Because there's two twins that you see when you go to the office of the villain at one point, but you never actually...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you fight them not long after you get started in the level.
Oh.
No, because I didn't. Unless it's a missable...
No, they walk away. They open the door and then they walk away. Yeah.
Because when I remember fighting them, like when I was going through the vents and stuff, but maybe I'm just...
Maybe it's Nightfire. Because I'm thinking they're in Nightfire.
I didn't play Nightfire, so maybe.
Oh, never mind. Okay. I mean, I know not for this episode, but I thought maybe you played it before.
No.
Okay. I don't know. I don't remember fighting them at all.
Oh, well, speaking of that, the ending is very weird.
I don't remember the ending.
There isn't one, basically.
Oh, that's why I don't remember it then. Okay.
Like there's an explosion, and like I think the villain falls through the hole or something, and then it just rolls credits.
It doesn't even roll credits. Don't give the game more.
No, it doesn't roll credits.
Than it gave the creators.
You have to go find the credits in the menus.
Yeah, I was upset. I like credit for my picture.
Do we even get a James Bond will return splash screen?
No,
I don't remember one. But he jumps out, and then like there's an explosion, and you see like this figure kind of like running behind him and like falling out the window basically, and it's supposed to be the villain. And it's like that's so anticlimactic. Holy shit!
I don't remember any of this. That I wasn't.
We don't even get a gun barrel opening. Those are always crucial for me.
I mean, they are cool, but
it's again the things that happen when you have no time to remake a game.
I mean, they still made a decent game for being rushed. Like, it is a standard enough shooter.
Maybe that could be the next thing they do. Remake this game. Like full on remake, like from the ground up. Like include all the stuff that they maybe wanted to include back then.
But
of course,
probably have
modernize the controls
anymore. So
yeah, true. And even have.
And I don't think this is a game that people love. Like, this is not a game that I hear. I have never heard anybody talk about it in the hundreds of gaming circles I have been in. Like, this is not a game people talk about.
Yeah, I feel like everyone just rented it 20 years ago, and then everyone's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because people talk about everything or nothing. That's the main one everybody talks about from this generation of Bond games.
Yeah. Did you know that From Russia with Love has actual Sean Connery in it?
Yes, I do.
That was always weird to me. I mean, I still love the game, but
that game is
just the fact that it's young Connery, but he sounds like old, like current day Connery or current day for the time Connery. I'm like, okay, what game?
Current day Connery would be pretty quiet.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I remember that too when we did the episode. I don't remember if I said it or Nate said it, but somebody did say it, like it did not sound right. The body and the voice did not match.
Wasn't that his like very last like acting role?
Except for the one weird animated movie that came out like years later, yes.
Oh, I didn't know there's that.
Sir Billy, Scotland's first full-length animated movie. It's supposed to be terrible.
Must be. That's the first time I'm hearing of it.
How'd you guys feel about all the guns in this game?
Cool.
It gets overshadowed by just the controls being wonky by these modern standards.
Yeah, I mean, it took a little bit, and I got used to them, and I stopped trying to play the game like I would play any other shooter.
I was able to get into it fine, but it's just like, sure.
For me, though, because I have the pleasure of enjoying this game with the vibration because I have the Duke controller, and my buttons are like very loose feeling. So like I even get like even louder rattling from my controller.
Oh.
so that was a fun time.
So you got the true experience.
So it just sounds like there's gunfire, but then somebody's shaking like a box of Tic Tacs near me.
So Nate, how did you play this? Were you like me and also use the Steam Deck, the correct way to play all games?
Yeah, I used a Steam Deck.
It played well in the Steam Deck. Once you get it to run, it played well.
Yeah, I had a lot of I had a lot of drops.
Oh, I didn't have any.
You're talking about frame rate?
Yeah, frame rate.
Oh, maybe I didn't even notice. I don't notice stuff like that for some reason, or if I do, I don't know. It doesn't stay in my brain.
There were some moments for me playing on the Xbox itself, like where like the frame does drop a little bit, but not like deal breaker level, or at least not for me, because like I'm usually not bothered by frame rate drops because games most of the time will fix themselves, or state will get back on track like shortly after. Where I'm not going to be like oh, this game dropped frame rate or like half a frame and like 2-second mark for like half a second. It's worst game ever.
It's usually not that big of a deal. Even when it is, it'll fix itself usually.
But still, just playing the game. Like, there was a few moments where the frames dropped. Like, because there was a lot going on, like those like explosions and my car flying in the air, or just gunshots, coming from like every direction, and enemies running around and everything. So yeah, I mean it's understandable, but still, it was mostly smooth from what I've played so far.
A fun game I like to play is to like really like take a step back and look at what's actually happening on screen, especially when it gets slow and chuggy, just to get a sense of like what can this console actually handle. Because you watch the cutscenes and they're fine, but they're mostly people standing around and talking.
Yep.
Like people usually standing still, they're not moving, or they're moving very slightly.
So Nate, I have the most important question I always have to ask. Were there any pallet jacks?
I did not witness any pallet jacks in James Bond 007 Agent Under Fire, trademarked.
Jacks will return in Nightfire.
That reminds me, I just got this little, because I traded in my Nintendo points because they were about to expire for this little like Donkey Kong Country Post-it note set thing. And for whatever reason, this stack of Post-it notes comes on what looks like a little teeny tiny pallet. So I wonder if there's any like a tiny pallet jack anywhere. I'll send a picture in the chat later. But yeah, it is a little tiny pallet, and so like there's got to be like a small pallet jack that can move this thing around. But
Nate, I do love how you have a whole Blue Sky dedicated to that. I mean it. I think it's so cute.
Thank you. Yeah,
it amuses me.
It's very amusing.
It's a weird niche. But 007 First Light has a pallet jack in it.
I was expecting this game to have one at least somewhere, because you do go through a lot of factory settings and things of that nature.
Yeah,
so
but
it could have easily been there.
Devs hadn't figured it out yet.
Yeah, I mean, probably, like, why were you going to make random
somebody make pallet jack racer? Come on.
That has to, I mean...
That's against company policy. You could get a write-up for that, actually.
Like, we've gotten forklifts in racing games, but that's as close as we've gotten, I think.
If you work for a factory in Nebraska, it might be all right.
We'll just wait till the supervisors go home.
Yeah, that's the best thing about late shifts sometimes. Nobody gives a shit. I used to work third shift, and that's why I didn't mind it, because the bosses weren't there, except we had an asshole on first shift that when he'd come in would bitch the whole time, because he was a drunk. And when I say he was a drunk, I mean it, because there was one of my first or second week there, he showed up on the bus in the middle of winter in a t-shirt and long johns.
Oh, wow.
Because he was drunk off his ass and somehow ended up at the mall and then wanted me to drive him home. I'm like, I'm at work. He's like, it's fine. Use one of the trucks. I'm like, okay. Because he was technically my supervisor, so I drove him home. My boss like, oh, I heard you drove Bob home. I was like, yeah, I did. Okay. And I'm like, thinking to myself, like, maybe that's, you should be like, yeah, he shouldn't have asked you that. You're at work. You're supposed to be working. No, don't listen to him again. No, there was none of that conversation. I'm like, okay, that's just Bob. That's just drunk Bob. It's okay.
Let's just sweep it under the rug so that we don't have to worry about replacing him.
Yeah. It was that guy did not like me later on. So apparently you piss off people when you dance in a circle and go, oh, look, there's ghosts, or being an idiot because they're talking stupid. Apparently that is frowned upon. I did that. I don't remember what it was or what the bitch was about, but I think he said I didn't pick up the garbage and there wasn't any garbage. So I was like, oh, look at the ghost garbage. Oh, look, I see garbage. And he did not appreciate the sarcasm. They're like, yeah, don't do that again. And I'm like, but he was being an asshole. So I was an asshole right back. They're like, yeah, but he's technically your supervisor. I'm like,
that should not be an excuse. Don't be a dick to people if you can't handle it back.
Mm-hmm.
I've got stories about asshole supervisors. Save them for another time.
But I haven't worked at that job in many, many years. Nor will I ever work there again. But I don't know if that guy's still there. That was years ago. Almost 10 years ago. I used to work at the Mall of America, so every so often I go to the Mall of America all the time. And I'll go there and I'll be like, oh yeah, I don't miss this job one bit, when I'll see like cigarette butts all over the place and stuff that I would have had to sweep up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I don't do this anymore. So
damn.
I don't miss that job one bit.
Meanwhile, I'm still at my same job, 22 years and running.
And hopefully you like it.
I like parts of it. I mean, it's a job I know how to do, but I don't like certain parts of it and certain people. But I just mostly keep my mouth shut.
You like the AC you have there, right?
Oh yeah, it's the best. The absolute best.
That's what matters. Yeah. I'm trying to think any other levels to mention. I mean, there is a story where you are fighting some guy that's wanting to make clones for some reason, and you kill his clone, and I guess you fight him again, but you don't kill him. I don't know.
You kill a girl, and then she's not dead, and it's, oh my god, it's a clone.
Yeah, Zoe Nightshade, I think is her name.
Yeah, and she comes back in the sequel. Because why not?
We might find out, because I mean, that was another thing. Just sometimes it just feels really good to knock off a game that you played once, and you're always like, I want to go back to that someday. And then someday just takes you 20 years.
I mean, I'm like that right now with the original Resident Evil 4. I streamed some of it the other day. Of course, no one watched. And I'm like, no, you know what? This game's still fun. Like, so I've been like playing through that for a little bit.
Sir, that is a perfect game. So, perfect game. Fucking.
I mean, I still love the remake, but no, the original's still good.
I haven't played the remake yet. Hopefully next year. Someone bought it for me. Thank you, Joe. I need to someday get around to it. So next year.
Next year, when Silent Hill 2 and Resident Evil 4 go head to head again.
Silent Hill 2 is on the show this year.
Damn.
But
the original or the remake?
The remake. We did the original twice on the show years and years ago. Because at time I used to do recovered episodes where I would recover a game that we had already previously done on the show. I stopped doing that because I do too many other things and
right.
Care, I guess, anymore. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have new experiences than put a game that already been on the show. I mean, there are some that I really want to replay, but I just don't get around to it. Too many.
I mean, you know, there's going to be one that I definitely bug you to redo, but that's it.
Final Fantasy 7?
Maybe.
It'll be a while for that.
I'm just giving
has to come out still.
Yeah,
the third one has to come out still.
Yeah, I might do remake next year, but he's talking about the original because he met us through because of that. If I remember correctly.
Yep. Saw the post on the Laser Time group. I'm like, hey, they're talking about Final Fantasy 7. I'll go listen.
I appreciate that group has never gotten mad at me for what I've been doing for the last 7 years. So thank you, official Laser Time community, for not being assholes. I've only been kicked out of. I wasn't exactly kicked out, but I left because they didn't like me. There's only been one Facebook group that ever got mad at me. Well, there was another one when I first started. I joined it, made a post about Resident Evil 2 episode that just came out, and they're like, "What are you doing? Against the rules," and then I left, or they kicked me out. I never came back. That's only. Otherwise, I've been better. I know how to get around the system now and not upset people.
Because the two groups I'm in now, they're pretty cool about promoting your stuff on there. I mean, I usually end up doing it for you, and especially when it's an episode I'm on, I'll like throw it on my own profile as well, and like everywhere. I'm like, guys, I'm on this episode.
I appreciate it all.
Like, especially with the Crisis Core episode, because I was like, I will say that's probably where I shined the most, because I got to finally talk about my all-time favorite game, and so I was like, yeah, promoted the fuck out of that.
I appreciate it. There'll be more FF7 stuff eventually. I got remake to play. I got Advent Children to someday fucking cover. There's other stuff. So
at least you did Dirge of Cerberus early.
Yeah, I have no desire to replay that. None.
No, that one I'm not too upset about missing out on.
They'll probably remaster it and fix everything, right?
That'd be nice. So anything else to say about Agent Under Fire? we haven't mentioned? No, we're going around and around.
It's a cool game. If it was accessible on modern platforms, I'd just say, like, yeah, go play it.
Yeah,
It would be a great Game Pass game.
It sucks that the only way to play this is to emulate it or pick up an old copy and have working hardware, which is never a thing that, like, you know, I mean, how many people have, like, working Xboxes and PS2s? Like, I mean, hell, I get worried about my 360 still running, you know? Like,
sad to say, I discovered earlier, I think my Xbox is starting to give up the ghost because I have to, like, press the power button a little harder than usual to get it to turn on. I don't know if maybe the button's just loose, but like it also seems to have it sounds like it's having trouble starting up. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's just part of, you know, I mean, we're going to eventually see that where old systems aren't going to work and old games aren't going to exist anymore.
I've had it since like 2004. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So, hey, I always tell everyone, if you want to, you know, you want to play an old game, especially an old licensed game that they will never re-release, emulate the fuck out of it. Don't feel bad.
Oh no, I want to mod my Series X. I think I mentioned it in chat, but like I have no clue how to do that.
I don't either. I was gonna buy a Series X at one time. I was like, I want to get one because I don't have a working Xbox One anymore. And then they raised their prices. I went, yeah, I'm good.
And everything they had was on PC anyway.
Well, it was just I wanted to play the games. I already own a bunch of like Xbox One games and stuff like that. I was like, I just want to have this. And then they decided to go and tell me that wasn't an option anymore. And I went, okay.
Sell you mine. No.
I'm good. I just buy everything on PC.
Yeah.
At this point.
I like having access to all the consoles and all the things. That's just a fun thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, I have like this plastic tub underneath my TV, or like full of different controllers, and it's mildly annoying because like the Switch controllers look similar to the Xbox Series controllers, and so like I'll grab the Switch controller when I'm trying to grab an Xbox controller, and vice versa. And like at least the PS5 controllers, they just look so different; they stand out. Cool.
I do like the PS5 controller. All right, any last things to say? Or should we go to questions, comments, and memories? All right, I'll take that. Yes, then.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, let's move on.
What I have, because I did not open up the Facebook tab. I didn't get a lot. I did post in 3 different groups to see what people had to say.
Did you post in a Boomer James Bond group?
I did post in a James Bond group, actually. And from the James Bond group, I got 3 likes. So thank you guys from the James Bond 007 fan group. And from the official Leisure Time community, I got 2 comments from Mark Patterson. I really enjoyed it. Finding the Bond moments was very cool. From Alexander Pattison, I love the hook line or whatever they called it for the multiplayer mode, where you could essentially fly around the level by grappling on the little hook. I remember enjoying it, but I spent a lot more time playing Nightfire, which came next, and unfortunately replaced a lot of memories of playing Agent Under Fire. Fair. And I got 1 from I watched the entire Orblood Super Replay from Kevin Blant. Oh, the memories. Played the crap out of this with a friend of mine and my brother on GameCube. Was super fun, zipping around on maps with a hook shot.
From the GameCube, you get all the games.
That Q Claw, that just really fucked with everything. It was great.
And then we're going to give away a Steam code. And today's Steam code is Ultros Deluxe Edition. I have no idea what this is. Your Steam code is A9AK6RM3PGZ7LVG. That is your Steam code for Ultros Deluxe Edition.
Enjoy.
Again, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know. I just get Steam codes. They just show up. So, I mean, they show up because I buy bundles. And then let's go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Nate, why don't you lead us in?
I would put this game on the stack. It's just a little fun James Bond jaunt.
Yeah, I'll go next. I'm torn between stack and shelf, but stack probably makes more sense. But this was a fun game. Like, you're right, Nate. It was just a fun little jaunt. And I was like, even though the controls are weird, it was just fun. Sometimes you just need that. You need a fun shooter. Dominic.
I thought this was a great stack game. Fun to pop in, just beat something, get it done, move on. But it's not going to be like a showstopper.
No.
It's not going to be the one that you're like, everybody check this out.
It's worth your 1-2 days of play and beat it, and like, that was fun. And Tony.
I mean, I was conflicted at first, like you, Mike, with like, whether or not to put it on the shelf or the stack. But now after having a few extra seconds to think, I think I'll put it on the stack just because it is as fun as it turned out to be for me. I mean, especially after playing First Light and how super serious that game's supposed to be and everything. And then going back to this, it's just, it's a fun little, like it's a fun snack of a game, so to speak. And then I have a feeling once I do beat it, I probably won't revisit it again for at least another 15, 20 years or something like that. And I'd be okay with that. Or if even that, I mean, I'll probably only revisit it if I get brought onto another podcast at that time to talk about it.
I mean, this is the kind of game where you play it once every 20 years, if that, run through it and go, that was fun, and then never touch it again.
Yeah, then you just talk about it with your friends or whoever for like over the years randomly.
Oh, wasn't the last level where you had to shoot the fans and then you're dying from the gas or the heat, right?
In this game?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think
it's the last level, but it's close. It's the third to last level. That's weird that it's not the last level. That part was really annoying.
I think the last level in this is the hardest part, where you have like the sniper rifle and you have to take the people out on the towers.
Yeah, that
we
was
were
a
talking
little,
about that.
a little bit. Yeah. I don't remember this game very well. I beat it. I literally beat it in one day. I started it when we went to my mother-in-law's house to help her clean. Well, my wife helped her clean. I sat on the chair and played this game, and they don't want me cleaning, because if I clean, I'm just gonna start throwing things away, and that's not allowed. So I just move things when they tell me to, and then I sit there and play my game. Yeah, so my memory's not very good, but the fact that I remember I stayed up till like 11 o'clock, which is later than I normally do, just to beat this game. So I do remember that.
I did get through like half of it in like one sitting. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, it's kind of just one of those fun games to do like that. And then I shouldn't hear what we're talking about next week. Next week, you can hear us talk about Eternal Sonata.
Hell yeah.
Not a short game. Nor an easy one.
I mean, it was easier and shorter on 360.
Yeah, but you weren't a dumbass like me who didn't know that and bought the PS3 version.
Mike, if you go back through our Facebook conversations, I did literally tell you this.
I believe you.
So,
but unfortunately, I did not remember that when I ordered it.
because I have this on I had that game on 360, but I never started it up. So, like, is the PS3 version like have extra stuff in it or something?
Oh yeah,
Extra story, harder difficulty. It just kind of like, I guess it makes cutscenes make more sense sometimes.
it's the complete version essentially.
And that
Yeah, more
extra content can't be accessed on the 360 version?
Nope.
No.
Ah.
It's a good game. It's just it can be difficult. That's all.
Mm.
On 360, it's a breezy jaunt. It's like, oh yeah, this is a fun RPG. I can get through this. On PS3, it does not sound like it.
PS3. That'll be next week's episode. And then we should go to plugs. And Nate, where can people find you at?
Hello, like Mike said earlier, you can find me on Blue Sky at Pallet Jackson Gaming, where anytime I find a Pallet Jack in a video game, I take a screenshot and then I post it to Blue Sky, rating it based on usage of where it's placed at. Like if you have a Pallet Jack in the bathroom, that's not going to make much sense. But you have a Pallet Jack in a factory, even under a pallet, baby, you may be getting a 10 out of 10 there.
What if it's like a zombie game and the pallet jack is like barring the bathroom door closed?
You know, that's where the usage would come out. If it's just sitting on the bathroom floor, that's just lazy game design.
But were they banging in the bathroom floor?
Not me.
That would be a pretty wide door.
I had to make that dumb joke.
That was pretty good, Mike.
I'll never forget when I was right. I vaguely remember this when I was in elementary school, like 3rd or 4th grade. Some kid was singing that. I'm like, "What the hell are you singing?" And then it wasn't until many, many, many years later when I met my now wife Tiff, and I'm like, that's the song.
Wait, what song?
It wasn't me, but they caught me banging in the bathroom. It wasn't me, Shaggy.
Wait, that song? Oh my! You were in 4th grade when that came out?
I don't know when I was. I just remember somebody singing it.
Okay, because like
that's all.
Because like because like fuck, I was in radio broadcasting class when that song came out.
No, fuck. I would have been.
My hair just got more gray.
No, I graduated in 06, so I'm not.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember exactly when. I can remember the kid. His name was Jacob. He was an asshole. I can remember that. That's it.
No,
I don't remember the exact year or classroom. I just remember the kid's name. I didn't like him.
But you just reminded me. I have a quick funny story. My brother was like maybe 2 years old when Baby Got Back came out, and we were at a grocery store at like 8 o'clock at night, and it was like pretty quiet. And he, of course, very as impressionable as he was, like he would just randomly go, "I like big butts," and my mom would be like, "Shut up!" and like she's like trying not to laugh at the same time.
Excellent.
And, Tony, where can people find you at?
I'm helping out, moderating at the Resident Evil Family Discord group run by my good friend Amanda, and hopefully she gets happy that I mentioned her here and in other episodes I've mentioned her in. But yeah, where we talk about like the good parts of Resident Evil, unlike this show, unlike the last couple of movie episodes from this show, which it's still. We still, love it or hate it. Resident Evil's a good time. But yeah,
games are great.
The games, yeah, and 2 movies.
And Dominic.
You can catch me, the Dissonant Waves podcast on YouTube. Come check us out. It's a fun music podcast. I'm also in the Overblood Facebook group, and you can find me on Blue Sky at DACICHOCKI.bsky.social.
Right. And if you enjoyed this episode, over 1,000 other episodes of this podcast, we do movies, TV shows, video games, comics, all sorts of content. If you want to hear the rest of our Bond stuff, it will be in the show notes. We've done not many, but a few. So check that out. If you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon. A little darling vote in our Patreon polls. We have 2 polls a month. Also, you get the episodes early. You don't have to wait until I finish them or release them, because as soon as I finish editing them, I throw them out or throw them on that Patreon, and you get them ad-free. So check that out. And if you donate $10 or more, we'll plug your podcast or YouTube. Every episode I make during that month, I make a lot. Like these wonderful people, Phoebe Stanton, Let's Play Princess on YouTube and Twitch. And check out her podcast, Nerds Broadcast. And check out Zach's show, absolutely the best podcast of work in progress. They talk about the MCU movies, and they just wrapped up the Alien Predator franchise. And also make sure you check out Bill Tucker's show, A Gamer Looks at 40, and his new podcast, Carrying My Cross. And also give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro crew, Helena at Hell Has Fury. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And please join our Discord. If you want to be on the show, want to suggest things to the show, join the Discord. You'll see a link in the show note to that. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate and reviews wherever you get your podcasts. I think that's everything I need to say. So we'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.